Calgary Flames enter the playoffs, there are two players that have taken a significant step this season, especially in the second half of the year. Dillon Dube and Noah Hanafin. We discussed both of them on the Shifts and Pucks podcast.
All right, back to Dube.
Yeah, what I like about Dube, I really like. I think for me, Blake Coleman, for a while, Blake Coleman couldn't buy a goal even if he was in the line at Save On Foods at the actual grocery store in the line. It was almost like the cashier was closed. Like as soon as he got to the line, he couldn't be buying a goal. But I think Yarncrow Dube, that Yarncrow Dube Coleman line, I think is going to be a really important line in the playoffs. They have found some chemistry. And Dube is, since that to fully trade, he's taken another step, and he's done well in playoff situations before. I think it's an interesting. I think Dube is going to be an interesting X factor for the Flames in the playoffs. He's getting better. He's finding his game. He's playing with a guy with some proven playoff success. Actually, two guys that have played in the Stanley Cup Finals in Yarncrow and Coleman. I think it's going to be a good line for the Flames.
Yeah, we've been preaching this for years on this podcast, talking about how important the third line is in the playoffs. You want to make sure that whoever that makeup is, you want to make sure that they are rolling. And as of right now, Dillon Dube is pushing that line and having good chemistry with, like you said, Yarncrow and Coleman. And for Coleman, you know what? This is his second best year in the league. 33 points, 17 assists, 16 goals in 79 games. His next best year was in New Jersey before he got traded to Tampa Bay a year before that, and he had 36 points, 22 goals, 14 assists. So it's nothing. It's not really off par from where he has been in the past. But that line is going to be super, super important for the Flames. And the fact that they do have a little bit of a defensive ability, especially with Yarncrow there and Coleman, but both those guys are very defensive. It can be defensive orientated, and Dube's he has an offensive punch. He has that speed that you can. His speed is underrated. It really is. He can blow people away, and that kind of a mix, it for a third line, it can be deadly.
And then I wanted to talk about Noah Hanafin quickly as well. 200th career point last night. Him and Rasmus Andersson has been a great pairing all year. I'm not saying the pairing of the year, but they've done a fantastic job. He continues to grow. Not like either or. Nashville or Dallas, there are more dynamic offensive defensemen in both of their teams for sure. One obvious, Roman Josi. Let's not forget Miro Heiskanen. I mean, he had mononucleosis for most of this year, but he's still one of the talented defensemen in this league. Don't forget him. But Noah Hanafin is coming into his own, rounding out into a very solid defenseman.
Yeah, all-around defenseman. He can play both sides of the puck easily enough. He can skate pretty well. The fact that he's top three defenseman on any team, I would definitely say that for sure.
Yeah, the Flames have a good sort of just steady defenseman in Noah Hanafin. He's not. I think people had a little bit more offensive upside for him in his early. When he was younger, but he's definitely just been turned into just more of a good all-around defenseman, and that Anderson-Hanafin pairing will be very key against either Nashville or Dallas because they both have very, very, very strong top lines.
What do you think? Is the third line going to be key for the Flames? How good is that Rasmus Andersson-Noah Hanafin pair? Let us know. Follow us on Twitter at Shifts and Pucks, Facebook.com Shifts and Pucks, YouTube.com Shifts and Pucks, Twitch.com Shifts and Pucks. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network.